This video is about a young woman, a Miss Anne MacDonald, who used to be a mate back in the early 80s. I've known her for 27 years. I take her fishing every chance I get, and she is probably one of the best anglers I've had on the boat, as you'll be able to tell.
You want me to get you the belt?
Nope, that's okay.
You sure?
I'll suffer through it. It's worth it.
Okay. If this is a decent fish, we're going to keep it. And, you know, then we can just take pictures of big fish if we get one big one. Now this is what's amazing. I had on the trip beforehand, I had a bunch of guys on the boat, big guys, and they were having all sorts of trouble with these fish on rigs. And here you are, basically having no trouble. And it's
thinking like a winch.
no, well, yeah, they were just trying to winch the fish in with a reel rather than fight him with a rod and let him tire himself out. This is why you're a good person to demonstrate with. That looks like a nice fish, Ann.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually, she did put on the gimbal belt. It made it easier for her to fight these fish standing up, which she prefers to do. She does not like to sit down in a chair and fight these fish.
Oh, hi!
Look and hold. All right, we're on the light stuff. Miss Annie is on the 12-pound test. I know you like using light tackle.
Yes,
that's
I
a
do.
12-pound test now.
Yeah. This one's going to make me work.
Now, you see, what most people don't understand is you're feeling the fish.
Right.
And when the fish wants to come at you, you take line.
Right.
And when he wants to fight the rod, you let him fight it.
That's right.
And that's what most of these guys that hurt themselves and come up feeling, you know, tired, don't do. Very good, Ann. Nice fish on 12-pound test.
This was the first, but by far the last, of the trips that Miss MacDonald came on during the 2011 fishing season at Cape Cod Bay.
Okay, well, we're about to land a fish.
The next time Anne was down on the Cape was the 13th of August. We got her out fishing, and we went right to the south edge of the shoals and started jigging the straight bass. Nothing real big, just nice dinner fish.
You don't want to bring those rods up very high. That's as high as you want to go.
This season I developed a new style of jigging rods, something a little bit more action. These rods are actually designed to vertically jig tuna fish, up to 300 or 400 pound fish. So I turned them into jigging rods and they work really, really nice. Anne likes them. The only problem is that the foregrip was just a little bit too big for her very small hand.
Giving you a good workout?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
The reel I'm using on this rod is a Shimano Takota. It's probably one of the best reels I've run across in the 30 years I've been chartering.
All right, hands on the light gear. Okay.
After catching all the bass that we wanted, Ann and I went inside along the East Ham shore and started chasing some bluefish around using some real light tackle. This is 12-pound test lead core.
Here's Miss Ann on a bluefish. Oh! Nice jump.
Yeah. Oh, fish on.
Okay. Woo. All right. Excellent. Okay, pick it up. Don't sit there and look at it.
Where'd you just come from? Deepwater. They stopped on the north edge, looked a little bit.
Let it strip. It just means it's a big fish.
Other than that, I haven't seen a heck of a lot. Well, I'm going to help you look. That was great.
We're down to pink.
No, you're down to the backing. You've stripped out 4 colors. You've stripped out 120 feet of line.
Miss MacDonald here loves to use this light gear, whether it be on bluefish or bass. It makes no difference to her. She lives in the western part of the state, and where she works has a large amount of Asian employees, so she takes the bluefish home with her because they seem to like it. So she loads up on it whenever she gets a chance. Ann kind of made this a long weekend, so she stayed down a few extra days. So we got her out on the 15th of August. My regular people had canceled. They didn't want to fish in the rain, but rain has never stopped Ann before. And it didn't stop her this time either.
Danny hooked up again, by Jesus. We're catching fish left and right, oh boy. This is Ann MacDonald. Probably one of the best anglers I've had on the boat.
In the state of Massachusetts, the recreational angler is allowed 2 striped bass over 28 inches per day and 10 bluefish, any size, per day. So Ann was collecting some more fish for her people on the western part of the state.
We're on again.
Thank you, Charlie.
Miss Anne MacDonald catching the giant bluefish. Dun, 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 dun.
I'm using an umbrella rig on 150 feet of wire here, and we're fishing in between 17 and 22 feet of water. As you can tell, it's very, very efficient in the aspect of catching fish. And that's what Ann wanted to do, was get 10 fish in the boat so she could take them home with her.
Another fish on. Ann has got the battle of her life now. We've got a big, huge bluefish on 12-pound test lead core. And this will be the ultimate test of Ann MacDonald's angling capabilities.
You can tell by the expression on Ann's face that even a damp, windy day will not spoil her enthusiasm to go fishing. This is the last trip that I got Ann out fishing for the 2011 season. And what I'm using her for this time is to get her opinion on some tackle that I may want to change over for next season. This first fish she's catching is on my normal mono line that I troll with. The next one will be on braided line, and I want to see if I can troll with this and have a little bit better action for my clients.
Now, what do you think of this braided line compared to the mono? Do you like it better? Because I'm thinking of switching some gear over to all braid.
Yeah, you feel a little bit of difference to it.
Do you feel more of the fight of the fish?
Yeah, you feel a sharper, more crisper feel of it as opposed to the monofilament, where it seems to have a little more give to it.
All right, that's what I was looking for. Thank you.
Because of Miss MacDonald's ability to fish, her skill at fishing, she is a perfect individual to ask an opinion of in comparison to the mono trolling tackle versus this braided line. Obviously, she enjoys what she's doing, and if this makes it more enjoyable for her, can you imagine what it would do for the regular clients? And seeing as these are small bluefish, could you imagine what would happen if we got a real big bass on this gear?
Okay, now we got another fish in the braid. Again now, do you feel like it's a little better? Because I'm thinking about switching over to braid line.
You get a little more sensitivity as to what's going on. I mean, when it reacts, it's a sharper reaction.
Yeah, the only thing I'm finding is because of the pair of us on the boat, I have to keep the boat in gear. I'm going to go up, and it's starting to turn sideways. I got to straighten the boat out.
If you've noticed, the lure I'm using is a small little hoochie. I make them up myself. But with using a more powerful or stronger braid line, like 30 or 40 pound test, I'd be able to use a larger lure, one that might attract larger fish, like a big bass or such like that, just so long as I don't overload the rod.
You're doing a good job, Annie. The whole thing is to enjoy the fight of that line. And you say with that line, you get a lot better feel for the fish, right?
I can feel his behavior better.
All right. I think I'm going to switch my gear over next season anyway, if not maybe part of this season, to lead core. I mean, not lead core, to the braided line. You like that braided line, huh?
Yes, I do. I like it.
All right, I am definitely going to switch the gear over. If not the rest of this season, next season.
I'd say at least do a set of matched. I said it's still going in the opposite direction.
Well, that's a good thing. You're going to have a nice fight on your hand.
If I can make any gain.
As you can tell, Miss MacDonald here knows her way around a fishing rod. She can handle just about any type of gear I've thrown at her. And next year we're going to put her on some 2-pound test stuff for bluefish to see if we can break the world's record for women. One of the things that I've learned from 30 years of doing this is not just to catch fish for people, but to teach them to fish, to show them how to enjoy the sport of fishing and everything it entails.